Okay, we'll begin with a statement for Coach.
Well, first of all, I just want to congratulate Louisville. Obviously, they're a phenomenal basketball team, and they share the ball so well. They have numerous weapons in different positions, and obviously the atmosphere here is top notch. It says a lot about women's basketball and where it's come. So I commend the whole entire program and the whole city of Louisville for putting on this event. You guys did a really good job.
Thank you. Okay, questions for the student athletes?
Jose, you got mashed up against Maisha a few times. There's a big physical difference inside. How do you cope with that, and how much did that have to do with her making her first 10 shots?
I think it's just relying on your teammates. Like, obviously she's bigger than me, so just trying to front, get around, and rely that my team is going to be there for the help. And just in the first quarter, we didn't do a really good job of boxing her out. Like, we got her to miss the first shot, and she just, you know, she just was a beast on the board. So we just got to do a better job of that, knowing that we're smaller stature.
That was a really much different second half from first half. What did they do that really locked you up in the first half, and then what changed in the second half for you to really get free and get a lot better shot looks?
I think I had a lot of open shots in the first half, just wasn't knocking them down. So in the second half, I just came out and just was being aggressive. I think I was aggressive the whole game, and it's just about believing in yourself, and I believed in myself the whole game. So that's why I think it was a difference.
Jared?
For either one of you, what did Louisville do initially that you didn't see in the scouting report or see on film that kind of shook you up at first?
Patricia?
They really didn't do anything that we didn't see on the scouting part. We just lacked focus in the first half, which led us to bad start in the game. But coming out of halftime, we talked about it and we said that we need to get our focus better. And I think going into the second half, we picked up our focus and created more problems for them.
How was that?
Yeah, like, I think we came out a little bit timid. You know, I saw the crowd got a little nervous, and against Louisville, a top team like that, you can't come out flat, and I think that's what we did. So in the second half, we didn't see anything on the first half that they didn't do. They did everything in the second half. It was just about us picking up our aggression and our intensity.
John?
Letitia, you went from 32 points on Friday to 9 today. Was it just shots not falling, or was there something that Louisville did differently than Dayton?
Yeah, the shots just weren't going in today. They have a great defensive team, and they were just taking it away.
Any more questions for student athletes? Ladies, thank you. John?
So you knew that Louisville was in to do a lot in the fast break, but they still, even with that, really thrived. What did they do that made them so tough to defend?
Their pieces or their points in the paint. Obviously, they had 60 points in the paint, and when you allow a team to have 60 points in the paint, it's going to be hard to win. Our game plan was to change up defenses and keep them out of the paint, and obviously we didn't execute that very well.
Paul?
Coach, in addition to the points in the paint differential, seemed like they were maybe just a step faster on the fast break at times. So do y'all have comments on that?
I don't know if they were a step faster, to be honest. I mean, I think it was our defensive coverage and their rebounding. I thought our speed, we were able to keep up with them speed-wise, but size-wise and their rebounding. So I think their advantage was they got rebounds on missed shots, and then were able to start their break faster. And when they're able to get rebounds and long outlets, that's when you can run. For us, on the flip side of that, they were scoring at such a high rate that we couldn't get our fast break going because they were made shots every time. So I would say that was the advantage there.
What made Hines Allen so difficult to defend?
I mean, her size. We don't have a physical presence, like her, that we can just keep throwing bodies at her. And obviously that's, something that we want to get to as a program where we have more size and more physicality. But right now, they obviously had the size advantage. So for us, we try different schemes and try to throw different stuff, but we're just one too many big bodies short.
Gary?
You've talked about growth from being in this tournament. What does your team kind of take away from it, from a game like this going forward?
I think the first thing we got to look at is we got to look at Louisville as a team, and you know, if we want to become a top 10 program or keep evolving as a women's basketball, you know, program that gets in the top 25 annually, we got to look at the best teams and what do they do and what do they do on a consistent basis. And so for us, you know, I think it shows when we won that second half. So for us to be able to come back with confidence and knowing if we do our game plan right and if we focus and we play hard and we do the intangibles, we can play with anyone. When we play with immaturity and when we lack focus and we don't follow the game plan, well then it's a story of the first half. So for us, I think we got a lot of things to fix in the offseason, but I think you'll see a Marquette team next year that people will not want to face in the NCAA tournament.
How nice of a luxury is it to have pretty much all 5 starters returning, most of the team starting, only losing Chantel?
I mean, that's huge. You know, it's our bulk of our team. You know, we'll miss Chantel in so many ways. And on the flip side of that, to have everybody returning other than Chantel, I think that just helps with your chemistry. I think it helps with your experience. You know, even last year to this year, from the Quinnipiac game to the Louisville game and to the Dayton game, I think we've grown up a lot. And so you give us another summer, you know, another off season to improve and get better. And I'm really excited to see what this group can do. I think there's big things ahead.
Holden Kerwin, WHA asked you, referenced it kind of off the top, how much did the crowd really affect your team early in this game?
You know, I think the crowd, one thing that has been our Achilles heel all season has been our communication, and that's where we need to really evolve. You know, we need 5 people on the court communicating at a max level, and I think when you throw that and a crowd like this in, that's a recipe for disaster. And I think that's what you saw as a snowball effect in the first half, or first quarter, I should say. Crowd was loud, crowd was into it. Our team wasn't talking, they couldn't hear each other. Like I said, a mixture of things, but definitely, I mean, when you have a women's basketball crowd like that, and you know, the fans here are fantastic, it's a huge advantage. And like I said before, I tip my hat to everybody in the building today.
And then you mentioned doing things that a team like Louisville does. What are some of the things that you've noted that they've done that maybe you don't see Marquette doing quite yet?
Well, I would say, obviously their physicality, you know, their toughness. If we can capture what they do on the boards and how physical they play and how they handle adversity, I think we're going to be in great shape. I have a lot of respect for Jeff and what he's been able to do here with this program. I'll say their players compete. They compete for every rebound. They compete for every loose ball. And I thought you saw our team play like that in the second half, not so much in the first. So we got to become more consistent. And obviously, when you're 34-2, you're a consistent basketball team. And so that's where we got to fix, is we got to become more consistent. We've shown spurts of it. We've shown quarters of it. We've shown games of it. But we got to show an entire season of it in 40 minutes every night.
Then I saw you kind of embrace Jeff at the beginning. Has he given you any advice as you've built this program?
I just think, you know, we were just chatting before the game and we both have mutual, you know, respect for each other and what we've been able to do. So I always like to, you know, pick people's brains, but, you know, before a game, you don't have much time.
Coach, you took both Tennessee and Notre Dame to overtime earlier in the season. How would you compare Louisville to those two squads?
You know, I would say that the thing about Louisville is their depth. I would say that's the biggest difference, to be honest. You know, obviously Notre Dame is injury plagued right now, but you know, in Tennessee is young. But I would say Louisville, you know, when they sub, they come at you with the same intensity as they had with their starters, and I think that speaks volumes for their recruiting and what they've been able to do. So off the top of my head, that would be the biggest thing.
Any more questions for Coach?
Thank you.